Welcome to this week's episode of History Highlights. I'm your host, Jody Shear. This week we will be talking about John Quincy Adams with the man himself, John Quincy, to tell us about his life before, during, and after the presidency. Now, John, I think the audience would love to hear about your life before your term as president. It must have been pretty interesting being the son of the second president of the United States and the son of the founding father.
It was extremely interesting. Even before my dad became president, I got to witness many events of American history. When I was 7, I got to watch the famous Battle of Bunker Hill. Me and my mom watched from a hill near the family farm. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I also went on diplomatic assignments with my mom. At the age of 10, me and my mom went to France. While I was there, I studied at universities. I learned many things there. I later came home to Massachusetts in 1785 to study at Harvard University. I used my studies of law and became a lawyer until I started my political career. In 1794 I was appointed minister to Netherlands. I was later appointed minister to Germany by my father and would then go on to be the U.S. minister to Great Britain. In 1802 I was elected into the Massachusetts State Senate and later was elected to the U.S. Senate in 1803. I was also ambassador of the Russian court of Tsar Alexander in 1809. I was even Secretary of State in 1817 under James Madison. Now, these were just some of my many positions. I also had many accomplishments before my presidency. I negotiated the Treaty of Ghent in Belgium, which ended the War of 1812. I helped in negotiations of occupation of Oregon with England and acquiring Florida from Spain. Right before I ran for president, I served as chief architect for the Monroe Doctrine.
It seems like you had many accomplishments before your time as president. I am sure you had even more as president. John, could you tell us about your accomplishments as president?
Of course, but my accomplishments as president was not a lot. In the election for president in 1824, I was running against 4 other esteemed men. They were John C. Calhoun, William H. Crawford, Henry Clay, and Andrew Jackson. Because none of us received majority vote, the election was decided on by the House of Representatives. Henry Clay was the Speaker of the House and put his support behind me. This won me the election. After I was elected president, I appointed Clay as my Secretary of State. Because of this action, the people believed that we made a deal, and that is the only reason I won over Jackson. Due to the fact that many of the seats in Congress were held by Jackson supporters and they believed I had beat him in the election by cheating, they rejected all of my propositions to Congress. I had many goals as president. I wanted to explore Western territories, fund public education, create canals and roads for easier trading, and I even supported scientific advancements and discovery. However, all of my goals were shot down in Congress due to my cheating reputation. Due to my reputation and little accomplishments, I failed to win my second term as president in the election of 1828. I lost to Andrew Jackson. I, however, did not let this stop my political career. I became leading congressman of the House of Representatives in 1830.
It seems like you had lots of good ideas, Mr. Adams. I am sorry that you did not get to accomplish them. It is, however, the end of the show, and that is going to have to be all for this week. Thank you for coming and talking with us this week. It is greatly appreciated. That will conclude this week's episode of History Highlights. See you next week, and thanks for watching!